Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Welcome back to the T0 to T6 Abyss series. We're here in the system perimeter in our Sunesis, hauling a ton of cargo. We've got a ton of loot that we've been acquiring recently, and this is one of the bigger hauls I've actually carried in the Sunesis because we've been having so many good loot runs. A lot of these T5 filaments contributing to it, as well as these T4 ones. But a big one is also this mutaplasmid here, as well as this disintegrator specialization helping a bit. So we've got some rare loot drops, and we're about to go to Jita to sell them all, see how much we can get, see what kind of modules we can acquire for our ship for the next year of Abyss. The plan here is that I might buy like a multi-spectrum energized membrane or an armor repair, but I don't think I'll equip it to my ship now, because let's just say worst case I die, I won't lose that module because I'm still on T4 Electric Abyss. The next tier is T4 Firestorm Abyss. I still have to have a bit more ISK to be able to get to that tier. This is more just a quick use of the ISK to upgrade our ship. We could also just save it, to be honest, and do it another time. We can maybe take a little bit of a look at the module prices. If they are at a low point, then maybe we could consider buying them now, with the more expensive ones at least. The main cost for our T4 Firestorm here is that we need to get an A-type multi-spectrum energized membrane and an A-type armor repair. These two are the big ones, otherwise it should be alright. Okay, let's get the loot unloaded here. We can check what the prices are, because these medium disintegrated specializations, you know, these things, they used to go for so much more than they do now. You can see even a year ago that they went for about like 60 million. Now it's just 20, something like that. It was even more in the beginning. So we'll grab this here, put this into the junk. We can also put this onto the contracts, create contracts, and find the price here. So that's decent. Okay, 4.5 million, so we can maybe do a contract for 4.2 million. Public. Kikimora blueprints. They also used to be worth more, about 30 million ISK when they came out. I remember I got ganked one of the first times I got one of these. Okay. You've got some crates here. But let's filter out the Abyss loot and sell everything here. You can see what kind of ISK we'll get. So the estimated value is 466 million. Hopefully we can stay above 400 million, because it's always a little bit less when you take into account the taxes and the price variability. Okay, that's a good price, 419. Okay, 850 million. So, and then we got a little bit of an extra order over there. Never mind, that was just a bit of an updating of the wallets. So we can see what kind of modules we can buy now. But before we do that, I want to take a look also at the filaments, because that is something I actually need. I do need some more filaments, as well as drones, because you might have seen in the recent episodes that we've been having massive drone casualties. There's a lot of drone casualties we've had. Once I even lost all 5 drones directly because they just got flung out of the Abyss, I believe. Or it was a default mod suppressor, one of the two. And oh, the rating electrics, they look like they're a bit up in terms of their price, 8 million. I think I remember buying it for 7 million. Yeah, you can see it's also on the upper, going on the upper direction here. It was very low here at 6 million in 2022 in the summer. Yeah, it's going up and away. We can buy 10 of these maybe, but I don't like the idea of these really expensive filaments fueling into these guys' greed here. It's too expensive, to be honest. I mean, each filament is just 8 million minus. You see here, we've already just spent over 100 million ISK just on these filaments. If we were to do, say, T4 Firestorm, Raging Firestorm, 14 filaments, let's see how much that costs. 8 million, that's like nothing compared to this. So it'll be so much better to do those, which we'll eventually get to, hopefully, if we don't die before then. Okay, so let's check out the modules here. So the modules are the Corellum, or the Corpum A-type multi-spectrum energized membrane. A-type multi-spectrum, and that is 790 million. So we can't afford this, unfortunately. We can check the price history, what kind of price this is at. So it's a relatively low point. It's been a bit more expensive here early in the year, but it also has been quite a bit cheaper as well last year. So it went up quite a bit in the autumn of 2022. So that's unfortunate for us. Otherwise, it would have been a lot easier. We go for the A-type medium armor repair. So we've got the Corpum A-type, 319, Corellum and Centum. So Corpum is the cheaper one, so we'll go for this one. Let's see what kind of price we're looking at here. It has been less actually. 260 even. Yeah, this doesn't look like such a good price. So we'll hold off on buying these modules and we'll just keep farming these electrics until we get a bit more ISK. So we've got basically, we're actually very soon there. So the item here, 319, and then you add the Corpum A-type multispectrum, 790 million. So that's 1.1 billion we need, and we need 400 million ISK basically. Oh, that's annoying because before it was that we needed about 1 billion, but now the price is increase of these modules, so it seems like we need a bit more, because I remember my goal was before to get 1 billion, but it doesn't seem like that's the case now. The increased price of the modules is not a nice thing. We can see here if the different prices of these multi-spectrum energized membranes differs in the faction they belong to. Centum one. Oh, Centum one is even more expensive. It's just as good as the Corpum one, so it's silly for going for the Centum one right now. Okay, looking good, looking good. We also have the ability to sell some of these ships here, but they're hardly worth anything. The main one is the Retribution, but it's not that much. It's always good to have an extra backup ship in the worst case scenario. Also, when it comes to the skills, I've actually updated the skill plan, so hopefully it should be completely up to date. If it's not, let me know in the comments down below. I've decided not to add these extra skills I'm just training here, these Galente skills, because these are just Gila skills I'm just training just to have on this character. That's not the whole point of this series. This whole point of this series is to focus on like the Amar line, where we're going to try to get into T6 Abyss as quick as possible. We are then going with our Amar based training plan, and these are just more to have my skills in training in the meantime, because I've trained pretty much max skills for the Zealot, specialization skills, everything level 5, but it hopefully should all be up to date now. So just give it a look in the document in the description below and let me know what you think about that, if it's up to date or not, because I've marked what kind of episodes I've made alterations to my fit, indicating when I have a certain amount of skills at that certain point in time. So you should be able to follow and not have to worry about not having the right skills, and depending on the tier filament or the modules on my ship. But it's still quite a bit more. Oh, it's just so annoying. It feels like it never ends, the T4 Firestorm. But soon. Oh, that was only 1.3 million. We can have for the T5 electric, that's going to be a bit more requirements here. So we still have these two big modules, but the expensive thing here is that we require some of these high-grade Asclepians that are not at all cheap in plants, unfortunately. These ones here, here, and here. Could possibly go for these instead of that A-type multispectrum energized membrane, but that membrane is really powerful that we have here. But the most expensive one seems to be Gamma or Beta. Gamma, okay. This also has these Imperial Navy heat sinks, which could perhaps be skipped, to be honest. We could actually put the Tech 2 ones. We don't necessarily have to have them, but they can be good to have for that extra DPS, you know. See, the price will dramatically be reduced if we were to go for that. Heat sink. And heat sink, and we've got very tight fitting here. Also this 10 MN. Reducing that to something else could also help, but the power grid is a bit of an issue. We'll see, but hopefully when we're in the T4 Firestorm, it will not be as big of a jump to get to T5. Really, the jump from T4 to T5 is massive, but it should go very smoothly. We have everything it really takes here. I just hope that doing these T4 Firestorms won't be too difficult. I've done lots of tests doing T4 Firestorm in this, but it could be that maybe some waves could be a bit difficult. But so far in my tests, it's all worked out really well, and the profits there are going to be hopefully a lot better, because will be so cheap in terms of the filaments, so that the running the sites is pretty much free almost. We're going to have to still continue to grind, unfortunately. Sorry guys, but it's going to be a bit more until T4 Firestorm Abyss. We'll also have to just keep an eye on the market. It could be that maybe the market will have the modules, those two modules we need, at a bit of a lower price. Then we can maybe just snag them really quickly. But so far it looks like it's not a good time to buy them. So until then, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's a bit of a summary here of our loot collection, soon in T4 Firestorm Abyss. If you did enjoy the video and learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.